Hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve as cloud cover did prevail, and once again, those temperatures holding steady into the low and mid 30s. This did keep us above average and therefore solidifying the fact that this will go down as the warmest December on record in Eau Claire. For tonight, the cloud cover is very much dominant region-wide. The good news here, though, it is dry compared to this time last night, where we were dealing with all that freezing drizzle and therefore icy roadways. But again, that's not the case as those roads look a lot better here for tonight. As for those temperatures across the state, most of us hanging out from the 20s into the low 30s. 30 now in Green Bay, 22 in Rhinelander, 28 in Wausau. We're at 28 right here in Eau Claire, 31 in La Crosse. One of our coldest spots, Hayward, 23 degrees up that way. Being that today is New Year's Eve, that does mean that 2023 is coming to a close, and we certainly had our fair share of weather extremes throughout the year as well. Our highest temperature, in fact, was 100 degrees back on September 3rd. Now contrast that with our lowest temperature, that was negative 19 all the way back on January 31st. As for our wettest day out of the year, that was on October 24th, where we picked up 2.31 inches of rain. Yes, that was just within a day, and our snowiest day was February 24th with a snow total of 5.7 inches there. Now, as we do look ahead to the month of January, as you would suspect, it continues to be cold. Speaking relative to our averages, our average high as of tomorrow is 24. The average low is 8 degrees. And a fun fact here, January actually brings our coldest averages. Our average high will dip down to around 23 towards the middle of the month. Our average low sits at around 5 degrees. That's going to be the case there on the 31st, and we'll start to see our average high gradually climb back up to around 24. Better yet, we do gain some daylight. So while our sunset is at 4:35 by the end of January, that's going to be up to 5:12 in the evening. And this is our snowiest month relative to average, as we do typically expect around 13.5 inches of snow. It was certainly a dry and very mild December, so we'll see what the month of January holds for us. Meanwhile, off to the west, we have a large area of high pressure. This is going to continue tracking southward over the Great Plains tonight. You can see the extent of the cloud cover here, and there is some question as to how quick skies are going to clear out tonight. So something we'll have to keep an eye on. Definitely Skycast being over aggressive with the clearing, as that has yet to take place, and it's already showing that. More so towards the overnight hours, I think that's probably when we'll get into some clearing. And another change for tomorrow, it now looks like we're going to have extra clouds around, but still expect some intervals of sunshine throughout the day. We'll have quiet weather into tomorrow night, staying mostly clear initially, but through the overnight hours, there's going to be a disturbance working in, and that's going to bring increase in cloud cover from the west, and therefore we are in for a gloomy Tuesday. Overcast skies, even the chance of some flurries, perhaps even freezing drizzle once again throughout the day. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for you. Certainly could see some slick conditions out there that does come to fruition, and that cloud cover is going to remain in place through Tuesday night. Lows across the area tonight will be dependent on if we clear out. Should that be the case, then expect those lows anywhere from the upper teens into the low 20s. Meanwhile, for tomorrow, very similar to what we saw all weekend long. Those high temperatures mostly hanging out from the low to mid 30s. As we head into tomorrow, we'll say a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. 32 degrees, 33 there on Tuesday, and then it starts to cool down a bit. We're into the upper 20s both Wednesday into Thursday, and all eyes are on next weekend. There are hints at maybe a weather system bringing in some snow across parts of western Wisconsin. So another thing that we'll have to watch for you. Otherwise, temperature still at least a few degrees above average from the upper 20s into the low 30s. That's a look at your forecast. We'll have more tonight after Sunday Night Football.